Have you ever felt like someone keeps you close, but never close enough? Like you're important only when they're lonely, bored, or when their real choice isn't available. It's a quiet kind of betrayal. Subtle, confusing, and emotionally draining. And the worst part is this: it doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, inch by inch, until one day you realize you were never their priority. You were their backup. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Your value doesn't decrease because someone fails to see it. But when someone treats you like a second option, your peace, your time, your heart, all become collateral damage." Today's video is a warning. We're going to break down 7 unmistakable signs that someone is slowly turning you into their backup option, and how a Stoic would protect their dignity, clarity, and emotional independence. Stay with me. This might be the clarity you've needed for a long time. Sign 1. They give you just enough attention to keep you around. They don't want to lose you, but they don't want to choose you either. They give you just enough attention to keep you hopeful, but never enough to make you secure. They feed you crumbs, and those crumbs are meant to keep you emotionally hungry. This is one of the most dangerous signs someone is slowly turning you into their backup option. It never begins dramatically. It starts with small, carefully timed gestures that make you doubt your doubt. A sweet message when you're finally stepping back. A sudden "I miss you" right after you stop texting first. A warm spark of affection that appears exactly when you're about to walk away. These moments feel meaningful, but they are designed to pull you back into orbit. A Stoic wouldn't ask whether the attention feels good. A Stoic would ask whether it is consistent. Consistent attention comes from someone who values you. Convenient attention comes from someone who values what you offer them. When affection appears only when they're bored, lonely, or insecure, it isn't affection, it's emotional management. They show up just enough to reset your hope. Then they disappear just enough to keep you confused. And confusion is how people maintain control without ever having to commit. Marcus Aurelius said, "Let your actions speak, not your intentions." If someone's actions come in waves, warm one moment, cold the next, those waves are telling you exactly where you stand. Not as a priority, but as insurance, as a comfort, as a safety net. You'll notice this pattern if you step back. When you stop giving them attention, they suddenly feel you drifting and rush in with charm. When you return, relieved and hopeful, they quietly retreat again. It's a cycle designed not to build connection, but to maintain access. And access is all they want. Not commitment, not depth, not reciprocity. Your presence becomes a soft pillow they can fall on when life gets uncomfortable, and a shadow they ignore when they feel confident again. That is not connection, that is convenience. And convenience will drain you more than rejection ever could. Stoicism teaches that your time and your peace are extensions of your dignity. When someone treats your presence like a backup plan, they are, knowingly or not, asking you to abandon that dignity. Epictetus warned, if they have the power to disturb you, you have given them your mind. The emotional crumbs they drop are meant to disturb you, to keep you waiting, hoping, staying. But you are not born to orbit someone else's inconsistency. The way out begins with seeing the pattern clearly. Patterns don't lie. A person who truly values you shows up in stability, not in sudden bursts of attention to keep you from leaving. Once you see the pattern, you match their consistency, not their charm. You no longer reward their temporary efforts with permanent loyalty. And most importantly, you limit access. You don't need a confrontation. You don't need a dramatic exit. Stoics don't beg to be chosen. They simply stop prioritizing people who treat them like options. If they rise to meet you, you'll see it. If they don't, clarity is your gift. You do not stay where you are, only needed occasionally. Sign 2. They disappear when you need them the most. When you need them, they vanish. When they need you, they appear out of nowhere. Their absence is never accidental, it's strategic. And nothing reveals your place in someone's life like the moments they choose not to show up. There's a painful truth many people avoid. Someone who sees you as their backup option will only be present when it benefits them. When you need support, clarity, presence, or effort, they fade into the background like you were never part of their world. Yet the moment they feel lonely, rejected, or bored, they suddenly remember your name, your kindness, and your availability. This push and pull cycle isn't confusion, it's a pattern. A person who is genuinely invested in you doesn't selectively disappear during the hardest moments. They don't stay silent when you're overwhelmed. They don't pretend they didn't see your message when you clearly needed comfort. The disappearance is a choice, a quiet declaration of priorities. A Stoic lens makes the truth even clearer. Marcus Aurelius taught that character isn't shown when life is easy, but when responsibility calls. Someone who consistently avoids you during moments of responsibility, emotional, relational, or practical, is showing you who they really are. And who they are is someone who wants the benefits of you without the burdens of caring for you. Their temporary presence is designed to keep you emotionally tethered. Their consistent absence is designed to keep you emotionally powerless. It's a dynamic that breeds self-doubt. You begin to question whether your needs are too much, whether you're asking for something unreasonable, or whether you're somehow at fault. But you're not. Wanting support from someone who claims to care about you is not a flaw. It's human. And anyone who makes you feel guilty for needing connection is protecting their comfort, not your well-being. When someone disappears during your moments of need, what they are really saying is, your pain is not my priority, your fears are not my responsibility, your heart is not my concern. They may never say it out loud, but the silence speaks louder than any apology. Stoicism offers powerful clarity here. Epictetus reminds us that we cannot control whether someone chooses to show up, but we can control what we accept. You don't need to chase someone who consistently chooses absence over presence. You don't need to beg someone to act like they care. You don't need to convince someone that your feelings matter. Instead, you observe. You breathe. You detach. You allow their disappearance to teach you the truth, not about your worth, but about their capacity. People who vanish when you need them the most are telling you the story of their emotional maturity, their priorities, and their intentions. And that story is your freedom. Because once you see the pattern, you stop waiting. Once you stop waiting, you stop hoping for inconsistency to become love. And once you stop hoping, you reclaim your power. Someone who disappears during your storms does not deserve to stand with you in your calm. Sign 3. They avoid defining the relationship but want all the benefits. They refuse to define what you are, but they still expect you to act like you belong to them. They reject labels, but they don't reject the comfort you provide. They want your loyalty without offering clarity. And the more confused you are, the more control they have. This dynamic is not accidental. People who treat you as a backup option thrive in ambiguity because ambiguity lets them enjoy emotional benefits without any responsibility. If they can keep you close without committing, they get partnership without accountability, affection without effort, and connection without sacrifice. You become the emotional safety net they go to when their preferred source of attention fails. Notice how they respond whenever you bring up clarity. They change the subject. They joke. They say, "Why complicate things?" Or, "Let's just go with the flow." But go with the flow always flows in their direction. It keeps them free while keeping you emotionally invested. It's not peace. It's avoidance dressed as freedom. A Stoic would ask one simple question. If it's real, why can't they acknowledge it? Because truth doesn't fear clarity. Care doesn't fear definition. Intentions don't fear honesty. What fears clarity is someone who wants the illusion of closeness without the reality of commitment. The emotional trap here is subtle. They give you enough connection to make you hope, but never enough certainty to make you secure. You feel chosen one day and invisible the next. You feel close when they want comfort and distant when they want freedom. That emotional swing keeps you checking your phone, replaying conversations, questioning what you did wrong. When the truth is, you did nothing wrong. They simply don't want what you want, but they do want what you give. Stoicism teaches that anything undefined creates instability. Marcus Aurelius wrote that confusion is often a sign of misplaced expectations. When someone's actions and words constantly contradict each other, the contradiction itself is the message. They aren't confused, they are comfortable. And they want you confused so you won't ask for more. The real danger is that tolerance becomes self-betrayal. When you accept vague answers, you unintentionally teach them that your boundaries are flexible. When you settle for undefined, you send a silent message. I will wait, I will adapt, I will accept less. But you were never meant to shrink to fit someone's indecision. There is power in clarity, even when the truth stings. The moment you stop allowing ambiguity, the dynamic changes. Either they rise to meet your clarity, or their distance exposes what they never intended to offer. You don't need an ultimatum. You don't need drama. Stoics choose truth over fantasy, boundaries over wishful thinking. Your worth doesn't require someone else's label. Your value doesn't depend on someone's willingness to define what you are. If someone truly wants you, they won't fear choosing you. Love doesn't hide in the shadows of confusion. Only convenience does. Sign 4. They come back. Only when their first choice fails, they disappear when someone else excites them, and reappear the moment that person disappoints them. They return not because they choose you, but because their plan A didn't choose them. You're not their priority, you're their fallback. And the timing of their affection exposes everything. This behavior reveals one of the clearest patterns of someone who views you as a backup option. They treat attention like a revolving door. When someone new enters their life, you're pushed aside. When that connection collapses, they suddenly remember how special you are. Their timing is never rooted in genuine care. It's rooted in emotional convenience. You can feel the pattern if you pay attention. They reach out only when they're lonely, rejected, or craving validation. They don't come back with clarity, apology, or growth. They come back with nostalgia, sweet words, and just enough softness to reopen the door you tried to close. And because you care, it's easy to mistake their return for meaning, when it's really just needed. A Stoic mind asks a harder question. Do they choose me when they are full, or only when they are empty? This question cuts through illusions. If someone values you only when life disappoints them, they're not choosing you. They're choosing comfort. They're choosing familiarity. They're choosing the emotional safety you provide when their preferred option fails. Their return isn't connected. It's recycling. And recycling is a sign of emotional immaturity, not love. Their pattern carries a subtle cruelty. While you're left wondering why the distance happened, they already moved on. Testing other connections, chasing better prospects, trying to upgrade their emotional supply. But when those attempts fall apart, they turn to you because you have always been reliable, patient, forgiving. They depend on your softness, not your importance. Stoicism warns about this very dynamic. Epictetus taught that if someone treats you like a temporary shelter, you must stop offering yourself as a permanent home. People who only return when life hurts them are not offering partnership, they're seeking relief. And relief is temporary, fragile, and emotionally draining for the one giving it. The emotional cost is painful. You begin to hope that this time means something different. You believe the renewed attention signals change. But soon, the same pattern repeats. They leave when someone new appears, and you are once again pushed into silence until life disappoints them again. Every return reopens the wound. Every exit deepens it. The way out begins with recognizing that someone's pattern is their truth. If they come back only when another door closes, you're not being chosen. You are being used. You don't need to confront them. You don't need to justify pulling away. A Stoic protects their dignity by limiting access to those who treat them as emotional convenience. Your heart deserves someone who shows up without competitors, without replacements, without alternatives. Someone who doesn't choose you when they have options will never choose you when they run out of them. Sign 5. They treat your time as replaceable. They cancel plans without hesitation. They show up late but expect you to be on time. They assume you'll always be available because you always have been. And the moment someone treats your time as replaceable, they reveal exactly how they see you. Time is not just hours on a clock. Time is energy, intention, and emotional presence. When someone repeatedly disrespects your time, they're really disrespecting the space you hold in their life. They cancel plans at the last minute because they know you won't push back. They keep you waiting because your frustration is a price they assume you'll always pay. They delay responses, reply when convenient, and expect your patience to stretch endlessly. This is not forgetfulness, it's conditioning. They've learned that your time bends around their inconsistency, and once someone learns that, they will never stop, unless you do. A Stoic perspective cuts straight through the illusion. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." To a Stoic, time is sacred, the most valuable thing you own. When someone treats it casually, they are telling you your presence is an endless resource, something they can access whenever their preferred plans fall apart. They don't do this with people they fear losing. They don't do this with people they respect deeply. They don't do this with people they prioritize. They do it with people they believe will always stay. That's the painful truth. And because you care, you try to be understanding. You tell yourself they're busy, stressed, overwhelmed. You give them the benefit of the doubt. But notice something important. Their busyness never stops them from making time for others. Their stress never stops them from planning things with someone else. Their overwhelm never stops them from responding quickly when it benefits them. The selective effort is the message. A Stoic would never ignore the message. Stoicism teaches you to judge people by their consistent actions, not the excuses they offer or the apologies they recycle. When someone repeatedly wastes your time, what they are really saying is, "Your life can wait for mine." And that is a belief that quietly erodes your self-worth. But here's the shift. You don't need anger to reclaim your time. You need standards. Standards expressed through calm, firm choices. Distancing, limiting access, responding less, mirroring effort instead of generosity. When you stop giving your time automatically, you force their behavior to reveal its true nature. Either they rise to meet your boundaries, or they retreat because the relationship was never mutual. Reclaiming your time is reclaiming your dignity. Reclaiming your time is reclaiming your emotional independence. Reclaiming your time is choosing self-respect over wishful thinking. A person who respects you protects your time. A person who uses you drains it. Your time is not replaceable, and neither are you. Sign 6. They don't care about your emotional needs. They want your support, but they never support you. They want your empathy, but they never offer theirs. They want your understanding, but they don't understand you. And nothing exposes someone's true intentions faster than their response to your emotional needs. People who see you as a backup option don't actually want emotional reciprocity. They want one-way comfort. They want you available, soothing, reliable, but only when it benefits them. The moment you express hurt, discomfort, confusion, or vulnerability, they shut down, deflect, or distance themselves. Your emotions become an inconvenience, not an opportunity to deepen connection. You'll notice this imbalance clearly during difficult moments. When they're upset, you listen. When they're insecure, you reassure them. When they're stressed, you become their anchor. But when you're hurting, they minimize it. They blame you for overthinking. They change the subject. They disappear. This isn't incompatibility. It's emotional selfishness. A Stoic approach exposes the pattern further. Epictetus taught that relationships built on dependency rather than virtue create suffering. Someone who only accepts your emotions when those emotions serve their comfort isn't connecting with you. They're connecting with the benefit you provide. Your heart becomes a tool, not a bond. Their behavior often leaves you questioning your own emotional needs. You start wondering whether you're too sensitive, too demanding, or too dramatic. But your emotional needs aren't too much. They're simply too much for the wrong person. A person who values you won't fear your honesty or your depth. They won't run from the weight of your feelings. They won't make you feel guilty for wanting connection. People who see you as a backup option want access to your compassion, not responsibility for your well-being. They want intimacy without accountability. They want closeness without effort. They want your emotional labor, but not your emotional truth. And that imbalance slowly erodes your self-worth, leaving you feeling unseen in a relationship where you give everything and receive almost nothing. Stoicism teaches that your emotions are signals, not weaknesses. They reveal the quality of your environment. If your emotional needs are consistently dismissed, that is information. Information about the limits of the other person's capacity and the boundaries you must create for your own peace. Protection begins with clarity. You can't convince someone to care. You can't negotiate empathy. You can't teach someone to show up if they benefit more from disappearing. What you can do is honor your emotional truth, acknowledge the imbalance, and choose distance over self-abandonment. Because your emotional needs matter. Your inner world matters. Your heart, your peace, your voice. All of it matters, and the right person won't run from your emotional needs. They will meet them with presence, not defensiveness, with curiosity, not dismissal, with effort, not silence. Anyone who ignores your emotional needs does not deserve emotional access to you. Sign 7. They expect loyalty without offering commitment. They want you loyal while keeping their options open. They want your consistency while giving you uncertainty. They want emotional devotion without emotional responsibility. And that imbalance is the clearest sign you are being treated as a backup option. This dynamic is deeply manipulative because it traps you in a moral conflict. You want to be loyal because that's who you are. You give deeply, honestly, consistently. But they use your loyalty as a shield, a comfort, a guarantee that no matter who else they entertain, explore, or pursue, you'll still be there. They expect you to act like a committed partner while they behave like a free agent. You'll notice this double standard in small but telling ways. They get upset if you talk to someone else, but they flirt freely with new people. They demand reassurance, but they never offer you any. They want exclusivity from you, but space for themselves. They want you to wait, but refuse to give a timeline. And the moment you ask for clarity, they accuse you of pressure. A Stoic mindset exposes this imbalance immediately. Marcus Aurelius wrote that relationships must be rooted in mutual virtue, not asymmetrical desire. When one person operates with integrity and the other operates with convenience, harmony becomes impossible. Someone who truly values you will choose commitment with their actions, not negotiate loyalty from your fear of losing them. Their strategy relies on maintaining emotional leverage. As long as you're loyal, they never truly lose you. As long as they avoid commitment, they never risk being held accountable. By keeping you loyal but unchosen, they protect themselves from responsibility while still enjoying the benefits of your presence, your support, and your emotional investment. This creates a painful psychological trap. You begin to believe that if you stay loyal long enough, they'll eventually see your worth. You hope that patience will transform into commitment. But patience doesn't change someone who benefits from your waiting. It only reinforces their behavior. They don't commit because they don't have to. Your loyalty gives them everything without requiring anything in return. Stoicism teaches that loyalty must be guided by virtue, not longing. Epictetus warned that attachment to someone who does not reciprocate only weakens your sense of self. Loyalty becomes self-betrayal when it is given to someone who refuses to meet it with clarity, presence, and honor. Commitment must be mutual, not extracted, not demanded, not manipulated. The moment you step back, everything becomes clearer. Loyalty without commitment is exploitation. Loyalty without reciprocation is an imbalance. Loyalty without respect is emotional captivity. And you do not owe anyone that version of yourself. The right person won't fear committing to you. They won't ask for loyalty they don't plan to return. They won't treat your devotion as a safety net. They will meet your loyalty with their own. They will choose you without hesitation. They will honor what you give with what they bring. Anyone who demands your loyalty while refusing commitment is not protecting your heart. They're protecting their options. When all 7 signs finally click, something shifts inside you. You stop romanticizing mixed signals. You stop waiting for someone who only shows up when it benefits them. And you begin to see clearly what a Stoic always knew. Consistency is respect, and anything less is a slow betrayal of your worth. This clarity is your turning point. Not to fight, not to plead, but to act. And action begins with boundaries. A boundary isn't anger, it's self-respect in sentence form. Use calm, direct lines like, "I don't accept last-minute changes," or "I don't stay in unclear connections." Shift responsibility with, "This part is yours to handle, not mine." End emotional loops with, "I've said what I need. I'm stepping back now." Boundaries aren't punishments. They're filters that protect your peace, your time, and your dignity. And once you set them, the wrong people fall away, and the right ones step forward. You've just walked through the 7 unmistakable signs that someone is slowly turning you into their backup option. The mixed signals, the disappearing acts, the emotional one-way street, the avoidance of commitment, and the quiet erosion of your worth. Seeing these signs doesn't make you bitter, it makes you free. Because clarity isn't punishment, it's protection. Now it's your turn to practice what we covered. Pay attention to patterns. Set boundaries with calm firmness. Match consistency, not charm. And most importantly, choose yourself before choosing someone who only chooses you when it's convenient. Thank you for staying until the end. It means you're committed to your growth, your dignity, and your peace. Your support helps this community grow, and I'm truly grateful you're here. If this video brought you clarity, tell me which sign resonated most with you. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video where we continue building a stronger, calmer, wiser version of you.